video every day. So you don't have to come. Sometimes there's 2 people, sometimes there's none, sometimes there's 6 or whatever. It doesn't matter. And then you have record, or we have a video record of the note, and then that will help you learn the note. Okay. So, but before I do that, today I just want to go over the weekly outline. So every week, I want you guys on here every once in a while. The reason I made this meeting a kind of a big deal today was there are some people who are not logging in at all. And if that's the case, there's no way they're going to be able to keep up with the note. Now, as far as marks go, if you don't do, you have a mark that I'm going to post. I'm going to post the midterm marks on the website. I should have done that earlier, but I have them, and I'm going to post them. And that is the lowest mark you can get. So if you have a 57 on the mark, that's your mark that I post, your midterm mark or whatever you want to call it. If your mark is 57 and the rest of the year you get 0 on everything that I assign, and your new mark is 32, your mark on your report card will be 57. If your mark is 57 and I calculate your new mark to be 86, then your new mark will be 86. It'll be one of the two. It'll be the higher of the two. Okay? It'll be your new mark or your old mark. Nothing in between. Okay? So I can't see right now. If you have questions, I'm going to come back to see if there's any questions. Any questions? Let me see. Any questions? Any questions? No? Yeah. So I'll go back and forth. If you have a question, it might take a second for me to get to it. Okay, so let's go over what you have to do here. You don't have to come to the meetings. Okay, I might make a mandatory meeting in a couple weeks and say, hey guys, something important's happened or whatever. But here, what I'm going to do is on Fridays or probably on Fridays or Saturdays, I will post the plan for the week. Okay, and then you do that for the week, and then you're in good shape. Okay, and if you do that, then you're in great shape. And then the next week, the same thing. It's kind of a weekly thing. You don't have to do things daily. So this week, what I want you guys to do, some of you did the SOHCAHTOA quiz. Okay. It is not mandatory. Those of you who did it, I marked it, and you did great on it. Okay, so sorry, it is mandatory. Sorry, do this quiz. Okay, so you have to get this quiz handed in. Okay, hand it in. If you don't do it, again, marks are not really like they used to be. Anyway, so I will mark it. I've handed back the ones I've received. If you haven't done it, do it. This is a SOHCAHTOA quiz. There's no unit test. What I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to have like a weekly assignment / quiz. Okay. Instead of having a big test, I'll chunk things down into smaller components. So we had the SOHCAHTOA assignment quiz, whatever you want to call it. Okay. That was due, and I marked that. And then next week you have another quiz due a week today, which is the Sine Law, Cosine Law quiz. Okay, so that one has been posted. That is a quiz. It's actually a quiz that I would have given you. And then after that quiz, I would have given you a test on all of trig, SOHCAHTOA, and Sine Law, Cosine Law. I'm not going to bother with that. So you got your quiz, you got your second quiz, and then we're done the unit. So we'll start the next unit, which will be exponential growth and exponents. That will start a week today, and I'll post something like this for the next unit by Friday. Okay, so by Friday you'll have another outline for the next unit. Okay, so that's it. You just got to get the one quiz done on SOHCAHTOA, get the second quiz done on sine and cosine law. We haven't done any sine and cosine law notes yet, so don't worry about that. Just if you want to do sine law today and tomorrow, cosine law Wednesday, Thursday, and then do the quiz on Friday, and then hand it in by Monday, that's great. Okay, that's a perfect plan, perfect schedule. Okay, let me go and see if there's any questions. Any questions? Can you post on Google Classroom? It's important. Josephine, I'm not using Google Classroom anymore, so you have to come in here. Yeah, so you're gonna have to come in here, and then you're gonna have to. What I would say, Josephine, is if you come into this class twice a week, you're fine. Okay, come in Monday, come in Wednesday, that sort of thing. If you come in Monday and Wednesday, you won't miss anything. Okay, so everything here, everything will stay here in Brightspace. Okay, and I get it. You don't get notifications. What I'm gonna try to do is do the not change what I want from you. I'm gonna post it at the start of the week or on the weekend, and that's it for the week. Okay, I know in the last week or so, I've kind of been jumping around, but I think I'm a little more organized right now. Okay, any other questions? Okay, since you're here, Sine Law. Okay, Sine Law, real quick. Okay, a little math, you'll be all right. Okay, I know some of you don't want to do any math right now, but we're just gonna whip through this note real quick. Okay, so let me just zoom in a bit. So SOHCAHTOA, you're done with it. Okay, I'm not gonna ask you any more questions about SOHCAHTOA. Okay, that's it. So if you hate it and you hate Pythagoras, you shouldn't hate Pythagoras. He's a nice guy. And you hate questions about trees and that sort of thing, we're gonna move on to Sine Law. And Sine Law is really neat, I think. View. Sorry, guys. Zoom in. Page width. Sine Law. You don't need right angle triangles for Sine Law. Okay? You need 3 things, and then once you get 3 things, you get the rest. Okay? So Sine Law there's 2 versions of Sine Law. It's A over sine A equals B over sine B and C over sine C, or you can flip it. Okay? So that's the equation. Well, I'll show you how to use it. This is really easy. Really, really easy stuff, okay? So, but what you need is an angle side pair and one other thing. So you need an angle, and you need the length of an opposing or corresponding side. So what I'm saying is this. If I have a triangle, I need to know an angle. So let's call this A, right? That's big A. This would be little a, right, across from it. What I need is one pair. So if I knew this was 31 degrees and this was 6.2, I'm in great shape as long as I know one more thing. So I need a pair and one more thing. What's that other thing? It doesn't matter. It could be this side is 7.2. Okay, maybe I don't know that. Maybe I know this is 61 degrees or whatever. It doesn't matter, but I need an angle and the side across from it, and I need one more thing. And once I have that, I can get everything else. Okay, so what you do is, I hate this example here because there's 55 and 55, but that's fine. What you do here is you write down what you want first. So if I want to get big C, what I do is I'm going to show you how to the pattern to this. Okay, what you write is big C. Okay, because that's what I want. And what you do is whenever you write if you look at the 2 versions of the equation here, okay, what you notice is every time there's a big letter, the word sine goes beside it. So if you write a big letter, you must write sine with it. Okay? And if it's sine big C, well, the big version of the letter is over the small version of the letter. So we put that over little c. So if you have big C, you put little c. If it was big B, you put little b. If it's Q, you put Q. If it's whatever, it's whatever. Okay? The small version. And then you set that equal to the stuff that you know. Okay, so what letter pair do I know in this case? Well, I know B and I know little b. And you always need to know an angle side pair. Otherwise, you can't do this. And if you know this, what you do is, so I have B and little b. You want to make this look nice and symmetrical, I guess. I don't know if symmetrical is the right word. But see how I have here, I have sine C and little c here. So I'm going to put sine big B over little b. Maybe. Oh, that's what it says. Is it working today? Sine big B over little b. Okay, write what you want first. Big C. Put it over the other version of the letter. So if it's big C on top, you put sine, and then you put little c on the bottom. Then set that equal to the pair that you know, but put it in the same order. Sine big C's on top, sine big C's on top, sine big B's on top. Little c's on the bottom, little b's on the bottom. And then you sub in. Then you go ahead and you sub in. And if you do that, then the cool thing is there's one movement after that. So here I have little c. Little c was 40. So there's big C, there's little c. Okay? So there's big C, there's little c. There's big B is 55, little b is 55. You sub those in, you get this, and then you move one thing. You take this guy here and you move it up. Okay? Because I want big C by itself. So you go ahead and you move that up over here. So you got 40 times sine 55 over 55 degrees divided by 55. And once you put that in your calculator, you're going to have to hit the second function sine button. So anytime you're looking for an angle, a big thing, and you want to get rid of, so here I have sine C. If I want to find C, I got to hit that second function sine. And when you do that, you get 36.6 degrees. That is one version of sine law, and there's only one other version. So if you follow that, you're going to be in great shape for the next one. Okay, so any questions about that stuff? There's nothing new here. This is old sine law stuff. No. Okay, I'm going to keep going then. Okay, and then I'll only bug you for another 5 minutes. Okay, that's it. And then you're off to do whatever you want. Okay, so here, the last question here, the other question here is to find, this question here says find little e. Okay, so let's go over this here. We have triangle DEF. Little e is this guy right here. And I know that big E is 49 degrees. Every time I say big E, I think I'm talking gang talk. Okay, but that's big E. And then here I have this angle, and I don't have this side here. Okay, so I don't know this. And then I have this side, and I don't have this angle. So I say to myself, oh, I can't do this because I need an angle and a side pair. And I don't have the F's and I don't have the D's, but I do have the D's, don't I? If I know this is 72 degrees and I know this is 49 degrees, then I know that the third angle has to be 180 subtract the other two angles in a triangle, right? Because the three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if I know two angles, this is kind of the trick for the unit is if I know two angles, I know the third angle. So I go ahead and I figure out this is 59 degrees. So now I have big D and I have little d. Okay. So now set this up the same way as, or not the same way, but in the same format. You write down what you want to know first, which is little e, because that's what I'm asked. You put that over big E, sine big E. Stop doing that. And then I use the pair that I know, which are the D's. Little d goes here, right? If you put big D here, that doesn't make any sense. There's little e. Put big D, or no, little d. There's big E, and then big D. Sine big D. Okay, sub them in. Okay, go ahead and find them, 72, and sub them in, you get all this stuff. Not 72, sorry. Big E. What was that? 49, I wrote all over 49. Sine 49. Little d was the side length, 57. Sine big D. Big D, we figured out was 59. Sub them in. Move one thing. Move this guy up. Move that guy up. Put this right in your calculator. Hit equals. You're done. You don't have to hit second function because you're not looking for an angle. If you look for an angle, you have to. That's it. There's nothing else. Okay. The only other thing is you could go ahead at this point now. If I want to find, let's say I wanted to find little f. Okay. That sounds like another gang member. Little f. I write him first. Okay. And if I didn't know little f, I would say I can put it over sine big F. I can keep going. Because big F is going to be 72. I just jam that into here. And then I would use either pair. I could use my D pair. I now know the E pair. So I could use the D pair like this. Or I could use the E pair because I just figured them out and I could keep going. So that's it for sine law. Okay? So go over this note. What I want you to do in the next day or two is go over this note and then try the homework. If you have any questions about the homework, so you can check this out. Go over this on your own. Okay? See if it makes sense. And then read the note today, do the homework tomorrow, cosine law Wednesday, cosine homework Wednesday or Thursday, sorry. And then do that quiz, get that into me by Monday, and you're done. Okay, if you want to move ahead, you can, but I'm not going to put the next unit up until Monday. But if you want to move ahead so you get your math done early in the week, go nuts. Okay, so that's all I got for you. Any questions about any of this stuff? Anyone? Where's the homework, Katrina? It's the next, you keep going in the booklet. So if you look in the booklet, give me a second. Let me go back, see if I can get it. It's this, the sine law practice. So just do that homework there, and then come in on Tuesday, and you can ask your questions. If you want to, the video for Tuesday's lesson will be up at the end of Tuesday at about 12:30. So this time tomorrow, or just slightly after this time tomorrow, I'll have the answers of this posted. Okay, in a video. Okay, so there's that. Okay. That's it.